This film's ending, it fell short for me. Hey film and TV lovers, my name is Carly and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today is special because I'm gonna start my new series, Mocktail Mondays in a movie. So if you know me, then you know that I've been doing this for quite some time on my Instagram channel, making mocktails and talking about certain films. I'm gonna call this mocktail The Reformed Killer because today we're talking about the Netflix film The Killer by David Fincher starring Michael Fassbender. So let's get to talking about it. This is gonna be a non-spoiler review. Cheers. Now before I give you some of my likes and dislikes of the film, let me tell you a little bit more about the premise. After a fateful near miss, an assassin battles his employers and himself on an international manhunt he insists isn't personal. Now this is rated R. It's an action, thriller, mystery film. I'm honestly just gonna call it a crime film. If you know David Fincher, you know that he's one of the best crime thriller filmmakers. From Gone Girl to Zodiac to Seven, David Fincher is one of the best crime thriller filmmakers to ever exist. So let me tell you what I liked about this film. From the beginning of the film, you get to understand a little bit of who Michael Fassbender's character is. I don't think we ever actually get his name, but he's a very methodical person. The way that he talks, the way that he acts, and the way that he portrays himself as this very skilled assassin in the beginning of the film would make you think that all is gonna go right and this is just gonna be one of the normal jobs. But it takes a turn, as it says in the premise, whenever he ends up missing the shot. I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. If y'all do not like inner monologues, voiceovers, whenever a character is acting like the character from You, you're probably not gonna like this movie because it's a lot of inner monologue. There's not a lot of dialogue in this film, which I was completely fine with because sometimes I'm just tired of hearing people just talk the entire time. I kind of want to see their actions. So this was a great film to watch and understand every single detail because everything was pretty intentional, from the camera movement to the different styles of color grading whenever they would change different locations throughout the film. By the way, the film was also based on a French graphic novel. And if anyone on here has ever read the graphic novel, please let me know down below how it is and how it differed from the film. No, this is so good. I have not had a really refreshing mocktail in a while. All the mocktails that I've been making have not really had like ice in it as well. So this is just different. I really like this. I'm gonna make sure to put the ingredients down below. Okay, getting back to it. Another pro for this film for me personally was the pacing. So in the beginning, it kind of was slow, but it was leading up to something that was very quick. It kind of kept you on your toes because you were wondering, okay, what's gonna happen next? So each section of the film was actually broken up into finding a different person that Michael Fassbender's character needed to talk to. And so we went from Paris to Dominican Republic to New Orleans to Florida to Chicago and then back to the Dominican Republic. And I think that that was very smart of them because it kind of kept you like, okay, this is something new. Let's see what's going to happen at this new location instead of just being in one spot their entire time. I think it was very smart of them to do that because it kind of made the film go a little bit quicker than I was expecting because it was around 2 hours or so, but it felt like an hour and 45 minutes, an hour 30 minutes. You want something pretty quick to watch and it feels like, okay, like this is quick, but it wasn't too intense. It wasn't like an Uncut Gems film. Then I think this would be a great film to watch. Now, they didn't have a whole lot of action in this film, but one of my other pros would be this amazing fight sequence in the film. Now, if you've already watched it, you know exactly what I'm talking about because it's one of the only large fight sequences in the film. I think that that made me like the film a little bit more because I was expecting it to be a lot more psychological, kind of like most of David Fincher's films, but I still enjoyed it. I can't say that I didn't enjoy it at all. Now let's move on to some of my cons. And I would be remiss to not say anything about the cinematography and the camera work throughout this film. Also the sound design. So we already know that David Fincher has an amazing team with him. And I think this film was very experimental in the case that it was already a graphic novel. I didn't know what to expect, but if you pay close attention to whenever they move locations, whenever he travels, and the sound design that happens with that, and also the color grading, the difference of the colors. I think that's something that you'll come to appreciate, and especially people like me that are aspiring filmmakers. So now let's get into the cons that I have. So although I love Michael Fassbender's character, and also shout out to Tilda for being in this too, because I think that her character, although she was not on screen for a long time, was very captivating. All of that is to say, I wish I had a little bit more backstory on Michael Fassbender's character and his motivations. We do know one motivation, but I wish I did know a little bit more about his backstory and also his motivation to become an assassin. We also didn't get to know how the people that he was going after were originally connected to his character. We do get a title for each of them, so we know they're a lawyer, a brute, the expert, etc. But I did want to know, like, okay, when did y'all first meet? I would love to have gotten a flashback on the lawyer, honestly, and a couple of other characters. So I was kind of disappointed in that aspect. And y'all, my last con is making me so frustrated because I've never known David Fincher to have not a crazy plot twist ending. This film's ending, it fell short for me. And I think a lot of other people who love David Fincher, it is definitely an open-ended ending. That sounded weird, an open-ended ending. Is that even right? Anyway, I just wish the ending could have gave us a little more pizzazz, like, you know, just a little bit of something. Those are my pros and cons. And overall, would I rewatch this film, or is it a one and done? I think that I would rewatch this film. I would go back to this in a couple of years, and you know, like whenever I want to watch something that's a little dark but not too crazy, not too fast paced, definitely get some popcorn, go in my room, have another mocktail and do another rewatch. So have y'all seen The Killer? If so, let me know down below in the comments, and also let me know what's your favorite David Fincher film. Personally, like I said, mine is Seven, of course. If you have not seen Seven or any other David Fincher film, I definitely suggest that you watch it. So if you're a crime fan, if you love assassin films, this may be the film for you. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I can't wait to share my next film review with y'all. If y'all have any suggestions on film reviews, let me know down in the comments box below. You already know the drill. And I hope that y'all have a blessed night. Okay, bye.